Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming part 2 of my highlight and contour series, and today we're focusing on the eyes. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to contour and highlight your eyes. And contouring and highlighting really is just kind of like teasing the eye into thinking that there's bone structure or maybe there's not, or like bringing forward some spots on your face, receding some. So anyways, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks. So if you want to head up to my vanity with me, then let's go ahead and get started.
So with contouring your eyes, it's kind of like contouring anything else. And what contouring and highlighting really does is it's kind of faking different bone structure. I've talked about that before, so I won't go really into it. But I mean, mostly you hear about contouring like with your cheeks and face, but really contouring your eyes is something too, because like if, for example, on me, my crease you can see is really right there, but I like to kind of fake it that it's up a little bit higher and to open up my eyes a little bit more. So the first thing I'm going to show you then is if you want to move your crease up a little bit, then what you're going to do is you're going to create a shadow of where that would be. So I'm going to use my Matte Nude palette, and this has just really neutral colors. And when you are kind of creating like shadows and stuff, you want to use real cool tone colors. So I'm going to use this Matte Abdul, and it's kind of a gray-brown color, and that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to just get kind of this fluffy brush, and I'm just going to place it where I kind of want that crease to be. And then just to kind of help blend that out, I'm going to grab this Matte Sing color, which is just kind of that peach color. And that'll just kind of help blend that out. And then if you really truly want to keep the look of a crease, then you want to keep kind of a harsher line, like right where that crease would be. So now I'm just going to grab this dark matte wood color and just this teeny tiny pencil brush and just kind of just draw a line right in there. And then just kind of blend it just really lightly. But this one, if you are trying to get the look of like, if you really do want it to look like your crease is higher, you do kind of want it to be a line. So don't completely blend out your line, but just so that there's no like rough edges. And then see how that just kind of changed where it looks like my crease is at? But contouring and highlighting, I mean really anywhere on the face, it's just like a big illusion. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is giving the illusion that your brow bone is kind of pulled up a lot higher. And so to do that, it's important to highlight your brow bone. So I'm going to grab this matte Malloy color, and it's just like a matte white. And I'm just going to highlight right underneath my eyebrows. And then I don't know if you can kind of see the difference in the camera, but this one, if you just especially do like this outer corner, it's just really going to give the look that that's like a little bit lifted and your eyes are a little bit bigger. So I like to really just focus my highlight on that outer corner. And then depending on the look I'm doing, sometimes I'll bring it all the way in, but not usually, just because that, I kind of want the general direction to look like it's lifting up that way, and bringing that highlighter all the way in will just kind of give it an all over lifted look, where I want it to kind of have, whoops, and I really want to get that kind of almond eye shape. And then just make sure you blend it right into that first shadow that you used. Okay, so the next thing is your inner corner. Now if you have, I have pretty, I guess my eyes are like medium as far as being like inset or like really wide set. But if you do have really like close together eyes, I can't think of what that's called, but just like when your eyes are really close together, then a way to kind of make them look farther apart and to make them look a little bit bigger is to highlight the inner corner. So I like to anyway, just because I don't think it ever hurts to make your eyes look bigger. But if you have really wide set eyes and you want to kind of bring them in a little bit more, not that that's really a problem to have wide set eyes because that's pretty, but you can do a lot more looks with wide set eyes. But with, like I said, I kind of have medium, but if you did have really wide set eyes and you wanted to bring them in a little bit more, you'd put a darker color right in there, and then that would kind of bring your eyes in a little bit because it looked like a shadow was right in there. So to make your eyes look bigger and spread them apart more, you want to highlight that inner corner. If you're trying to bring them in more, then you want to kind of darken it or put darker shades in there. And then see, by doing that, it kind of makes it look like there's more skin showing than there really is, just because it kind of draws some light to right there. I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer to my eyelids, so I'm just going to grab my Lorac Pro palette, and I'm going to grab a little bit of this beige color just on my finger and just tap it on. Another thing that you want to think about if you do have wide set eyes and you're trying to kind of bring them in is like where your crease would go. You kind of would just like almost want to follow that line in with the contour shade to like right where your nose kind of meets up with it. So if you were trying to bring it in, you'd really kind of follow that line right in. I mean, and really anyone can. That's kind of just a good guideline to go off of, is kind of that if you were to just continue on like down those straight lines of your nose. Okay, so moving on to under your eyes with contouring and highlighting. Again, I'm trying to make my eyes look really big right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shadow underneath my eye so that it looks like my eyes are like bulging out, that they're so big. So I'm going to grab, I kind of prefer like one of those two shades for right under my eyes. So right under my lash line, I'm just going to kind of mix those two. And then again, depending on what the shape of you're trying to do is whether you'll bring that in all the way or like just a little bit. I usually bring it all the way under, but I do it heaviest towards that outer corner and then kind of just gradually make it lighter as I go. And doing it heavier on the outer corner, that's going to again kind of just help it get that like almond shaped eye. But see how that just kind of creates a shadow when you just put it right there? And especially just kind of doing a neutral shadowish type color. Okay, and then one other really big trick to make your eyes look bigger is to get a nude or a light colored, like this is the Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil, or any kind of a nude light color eyeliner. And then you're going to line that water line. And again, that's just going to kind of redirect light to right in there. So that it looks, so that your eyes just look so big that like they're catching the light right there because they're just like popping out, and then they're giving that shadow right there. Also, that's a trick because it almost makes the whites of your eyes just look like they're continued on. So it just makes them look really big because of that too. Okay, so that's kind of some tricks to contouring and highlighting your eyes, and really, again, contouring and highlighting your eyes is just really about kind of faking bone structure or bringing light to certain places and receding certain places and kind of bringing some forward with highlighting and kind of receding them with contouring. So anyways, that's just some of the tricks of kind of changing your eye shape. So if you do want to do, you know, if you want to get the more almond shaped eye, then you want to kind of keep your lightness up there more and also your darkness on the outer corner, just to kind of drag that attention there. And then depending on where you want your crease, that's where you want to put kind of just a line of darker color, and then obviously make sure it's blended out, but you don't want your line to be totally blended out. So if I can kind of just show you, I keep the line just real dark right there. And then again, like depending on how you want your crease to look, I mean, I could have done it a lot straighter. Like I kind of curved mine around like that, but I could have really done it a lot straighter too, and that would have kind of given, you know, a different eye look. Okay, so I'm back with the rest of my makeup on. This is one of my favorite looks to wear, just kind of a simple look, but kind of with some of those tricks, it can really make your eyes look a lot bigger. So I hope that you have maybe learned something about contouring and highlighting with your eyes, and maybe try a different, some of these different tricks. And you know what? Sometimes, even though I usually do like my inner corner highlighted to make them look bigger, sometimes I do my inner corner darker too. And I mean, it's makeup. You can totally wash it off. You can do one look one day and a totally different look the next day. That's what's fun about it. So just enjoy playing around and try some new tricks. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.